Arizona's fast-growing tech industry continues to expand and make national news. Taiwan Semiconductor coming up with another $100 billion on top of the $65 billion that they committed to a few years ago. And this is a woman who was there from the very beginning, Sandra Watson, who's the CEO and president of the Arizona Commerce Authority. Good to see you. Thanks for being here.
Good to see you, Troy. Thanks for having me.
I always think it's such an interesting story. So take me back to 2013. You and Governor Jan Brewer essentially cold called Taiwan Semiconductor in Taiwan. How'd that go?
Yes. So we were planning a trip to Taiwan, and we wanted to meet with global companies that we felt had a connection to Arizona. And the connection to Arizona would be the semiconductor industry. As you know, Arizona has had a very strong semiconductor industry over many years.
Intel, one of the big ones.
Intel, in the late 70s landed here. Prior to that, it was Motorola. We've had a ton of suppliers here in Arizona to support those facilities. So as we started to think about diversifying our state's economy, we wanted to make sure that we were building on success that we've seen in some of these various industries. So semiconductor.
So you just knocked on the door? I mean, you had to say, hi, this is me, and I've got the governor of this state, and can we come in and talk to you?
Well, what we did was we actually called them in advance as we were planning out our trip to see if we could actually meet with them. And what we brought with us was an unsolicited proposal. There was no project. We wanted them to know more about Arizona and really start to think about Arizona's value proposition in case they would consider an expansion into the U.S. at some point in the future. So we got a chance to meet with them, and we continued that conversation with them up until 2020 when they announced their first fab here in Arizona.
And now, and at that time, $65 billion was the biggest direct foreign investment ever in our country, and it's right up here in the North Valley. And then, what, a couple of weeks ago, $100 billion they announced. What did you think when that was coming down?
Well, it's an incredible win for Arizona. It's a historic win, not only for Arizona, but for the nation. The $100 billion is on top of the 65, so now we're sitting at a $165 billion investment from TSMC. Total investment in the semiconductor industry here in Arizona just over the last 4 or 5 years has been $205 billion with this most recent announcement.
Wow. So that makes us kind of like the epicenter of semiconductors in this country. What does that mean for Arizona, you think, in the future?
Yeah, it is an incredible opportunity for us. It really does mean that Arizona not only can produce the latest chips to support all industries, but also we're looking at bringing in more R&D facilities. So just a few months ago, we were able to announce in partnership with ASU and our federal partners, the Department of Commerce and NatCast, a $1 billion operation, which is really to bring in an R&D center that will handle advanced packaging and prototyping. We've also seen other companies in the advanced packaging part of TSMC's project.
Amcor
is another one. So
what does this mean, you think,
end
Sandra?
to end.
What do you think this means for like an average Arizona? We got about 30 seconds left.
Yes, jobs. Good paying, quality jobs, and it continues to increase the tax base. So again, we're putting in new infrastructure. You're seeing a lot of activity, not just in the centers where we've landed these projects, but throughout the state. You're seeing suppliers land in Casa Grande, all over our state. So it really, truly is benefiting the entire state.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so
coming
much.
On.
Thanks
a cold call leads to $165 billion. What do you think about that, Rachel? That's pretty big stuff.
Quite the ripple effect. I would say she's a boss lady at best. Sandra, thank you for coming in. Okay.